Greeting to Dr. Zuraini. We are from Group 1 and in this video we are going to present about the Strategic Environmental Management Accounting.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shazwani binti Aziz. Now, I will start our presentation with this introduction of Strategic Environmental Management Accounting. So basically, Environmental Management Accounting (EMA) is a methodology that utilizes financial and non-financial data to improve a company's ecological and economic efficiency, promoting sustainable business practice. It involves recognizing, gathering, and using two categories of data for internal decision. For example, physical information pertaining to energy, water, materials and waste, and monetary information concerning costs, earnings and savings associated with the environmental factors. Strategic Environmental Management Accounting (SEMA) is another aspect of EMA that focuses on assessing and executing economically viable and sustainable initiatives to secure an organization's enduring strategic stance. SEMA can facilitate collaborative decision-making process by providing information on environmental impacts beyond organizational boundaries and environmental issues that affect the organization. It can also help identify win-to-win situations that enhance both economic and environmental performance. Malaysia has acknowledged the importance of environmental management within the manufacturing sector, but there is also a deficiency in EMA implementation in organization, particularly in developing nations like Malaysia. EMA represents a significant aspect of strategic management accounting that holds considerable importance in enhancing performance within the manufacturing industry of Malaysia. However, Norway, the first country to adopt EMA, has implemented EMA to monitor the utilization of natural resources and contribute to overall economic growth. There is also several companies use SEMA in their process and organization, as Tanabe Seiyaku, Nippon Oil, Recon Canon, Switch and Hitachi. These companies have implemented eco-efficiency measures to enhance their environmental management and use energy and resources more efficiently in product development.
My name is Sharmila C. Manohar, metric number 280637. Next, I will continue the presentation with theory related to SEMA. In this case, we will discuss what is EMA, MEMA and PIMA. EMA stands for Environmental Management Accounting, MEMA stands for Monetary Environmental Management Accounting, and PIMA stands for Physical Environmental Management Accounting. First, what is EMA? EMA used to separately identify, quantify, analyze, and interpret the corporate environmental aspect of the business. EMA providing with both financial and non-financial information for internal decision making. Next, MEMA, which also known as Monetary Environmental Management Accounting, focuses on the environmental aspect of corporate activities in monetary units. Examples are cost of fines for breaking environmental law. On the other side, PIMA, which known as the Physical Environmental Management Accounting, defined as the information related to the flow of energy, water, material and waste. Examples are the total volume of energy consumed by the business.
Hello doctor, my name is Ishwari Nandakumar, matrix number 280663, and now I will provide a brief history on Strategic Environmental Management Accounting. So the history of Strategic Environmental Management Accounting began in the early 1970s when the governments, corporations and the public started to pay more attention to environmental challenges. The inaugural conference Conference on the Human Environment contributed to the prominence of environmental concerns in discussion of international policy. It has mainly three distinct forces, which are national income accounting, examining macroeconomic measures in a national economic context, and finally financial accounting, including the companies. So in the following years, governments around the world began to pass environmental laws and regulations, and the business began to take notice of the potential environmental impacts of the operation. Then, this led to the development of various environmental management frameworks such as the ISO 14001, which provides a systematic approach to environmental management. In the 1990s, the concept of sustainable development gained significant attention, and the business began to adopt strategies that integrated environmental concerns into their overall business strategy. This then led to the development of strategic environmental management, which involves integrating environmental considerations into all aspects of an organization's decision making process.
Thank you, previous presenter. My name is Fatin Sufina binti Fazila, metric number 280215. Next, I will proceed with environmental costs. Environmental costs include both internal and external costs that relates to environmental damage and protection. Environmental protection costs include costs for prevention, disposal, planning, control, shifting actions, and damage repair that can occur in companies, governments, or people. For the environmental costs, we mainly focus on the corporate environmental costs. Corporate environmental costs means that the costs incurred to deal with contaminated sites, effluent control, technologies, and waste disposal. The formula stated in the slide is the formula on how to calculate the corporate environmental costs. As you can see, there is waste in the formula. Waste here comprises all non-product output including solid waste, wastewater, and air emissions. That's all. Thank you.
The implementation of strategic environmental management accounting SEMA in a company's daily business operation can yield numerous benefits, including reducing environmental expenses, improving transparency and accuracy of information, and enhancing managerial decision making. By monitoring environmental costs, organizations can enhance their awareness of the impact of environmental management activities and make informed decisions. This leads to improved physical outcomes and better financial performance. The enhancement of transparency and accuracy of information provided by EMA can lead to better managerial decision making, ultimately resulting in better financial performance. In meticulous observation of environmental expenses help prevent underestimate or overestimate of product and services costs, and incorporate environmental expenses in the pricing of specific products and services. Insufficient recognition of environmental costs and lead to suboptimal decision as selecting an inappropriate product mix, mispricing products, closing plans, or making inadequate investment decision. The monitoring of ecological expenses can also enhance economic performance by providing information for external disclosure and engaging with diverse stakeholders. This can impact the way the general public perceive the organization and maintain or attain social legitimacy. Tracking environmental costs in a specific manner can also help maintain or attain social legitimacy, mitigating the risk of incurring expensive public policy measures against the organization. So, in conclusion, the monitoring of environmental expenses enhance cost awareness, enabling managers to make informed decisions and facilitate external reporting, ultimately resulting in enhanced financial performance. The implementation of SEMA leads to more precise and comprehensive data regarding the evaluation and communication of environmental performance, thereby enhancing the reputation of organizations among various stakeholders, including customers, local communities, employees, governments, and financial providers. Overall, SEMA holds significance for a company in terms of both financial and non-financial aspects.
Thanks for the previous presenter. Next, I will continue with presenting the driving force of SEMA implementation. The first driving force or motivation for implementation of EMA is environmental uncertainty. This refers to the unpredictable situations such as natural disaster, climate change, and also market change. Lack of knowledge and speed of environmental information create the need for business to obtain more information to deal with the uncertainty. In this case, the organization can obtain the required information for decision making by implementing EMA. For example, the chemical factory will record, monitor, and control the emission of carbon dioxide gas in order to avoid any tremendous climate change such as global warming. Next, the company desire to enhance financial performance also be a driving force to implement EMA in the business. This is because implementing EMA can reduce the cost of business and also improve the corporate social image of the organizations. Therefore, large firms tend to invest more extensively in environmental management due to the greater need to protect their image in the public. Company with good reputation will attract the investor and customers, and this will enhance the financial performance of the company. Lastly, pressure from regulation also be an important driving force for the implementation of EMA. Study of Henke Latin shows that government organizations are the obvious actors that affect how green practices are adopted by the business. This is because government will create more environmental policy and regulation which will encourage the company to implement EMA in the business. For example, Bursa Malaysia also has make it compulsory for all the listed company to include the CSR disclosure in their annual reports. Company who have failed to follow the environmental policy will face the legal action which also will affect the ability of the company to grow. This only from me. Thank you.
Next, we proceed with the challenges in implementing SEMA. The first challenges is the lack of environmental information. The type and quality of skills available in an organization affect the implementation of environmental management accounting innovations. Accountants are usually unaware of information improvement that could be obtained by using EMA methodology when they design an accounting system, making it difficult for the effective collections and evaluation of environment-related information. Inconsistency in the type of information system used by the accounting and technical departments also make it difficult to track and trace certain environmental costs accurately. The second challenge is the failure to prioritize strategy issues. Overlooking strategy issues may be attributable to the priority given to the implementation of International Financial Reporting Standards (IFRS) by many business executives in the wake of the increased pressure on public entities to adopt IFRS. The successful implementation of strategic decisions is significant in achieving the company's goals and objectives. However, the implementation of corporate strategy is still developing a resource-based strategy model and focusing on casual knowledge, ambiguity, and social complexity factors that cause companies to still experience many failures in developing companies and even bankruptcy. The last challenges is the poor communication links between accounting and other departments. The accountant has much of accounting information at hand but often little knowledge of the environmental issues that the organization face, nor of the flow of physical resources. Thus, accounting personnel are often not providing the types of accounting information that environmental and technical personnel might find most useful. Besides, accounting, environmental, and technical personnel often use different information systems that are not checked for consistency. These differences in knowledge, information access, and structure can be made worse by language differences in the cultures of accounting, environment, and technical personnel. That's all for the challenges in implementing SEMA.
My name is Shanbaga and my metric number is 280636. Today, I'm going to continue the presentation with adoption of SEMA in Malaysia and worldwide. Firstly, we look at Malaysia. The overarching goal of EMA in Malaysia to include environmental costs, both monetary and non monetary, into organizational decision making at every level. It promotes sustainable practices and places a strong emphasis on lowering greenhouse gas emissions, responsible waste management. Next, as for the example, we look at the Tenaga Nasional Berhad, where the company's main priorities are cutting carbon emissions, boosting the production of renewable energy, and putting energy saving measures in place. In Japan, the following three theories were developed. Firstly, maximize the advantages of environmental accounting for internal management tasks. Secondly, top and middle managements are keenly interested in environmental accounting. And thirdly, environmental accounting will benefit internal management tasks more when methods specifically created for internal management are used. An example industry that adopts EMA in Japan is one of the leading automobile manufacturer, Toyota Motor Corporation. Throughout all aspects of its operation, the corporation strongly emphasizes on the production of environmentally friendly vehicles, energy conservation, and waste reductions, such as hybrid cars, for example, Corolla Cross and Prius. As for Bangladesh, EMA supports both large and small businesses in enhancing their environmental performance and financial performance. EMA makes it possible to use natural resources more efficiently and affordably, including water and energy. It makes it possible to minimize pollutant emissions at a reasonable cost and lowers the societal expenses associated with the pollutants from industry. For example, Phone, which is the largest telecommunication company in Bangladesh, has developed environmental accounting into its business operation. It includes the company is committed to e-waste management, renewable energy promotion, and carbon emission reduction. Next would be Lithuania. The EMA serves as a connection between environmental factors and the value of shareholders. Lithuanian enterprise employed various comprehensive and long-term financial analyses such as total cost assessment (TCA) and flow cost accounting to identify financial indicators of cleaner production investment. The sectors that uses SEMA in Lithuania is energy sector and manufacturing sectors. Lastly, Korea. In Korea, environmental investment and costs have increased because of the rise in green consumerism, environmental non-governmental organization activities (NGOs), and international trade restriction. Environmental accounting will be boosted by the growing external demand from stakeholders like financial institutions, socially responsible investment (SRI), the government, and the local communities. Electronic companies like Samsung and LG use environmental accounting. Their primary goals are lowering greenhouse gas emission, implement energy efficient production techniques, and encourage ethical trash disposal and recycling procedures.
Next, I will now provide the discussion on our overall report. So, the first thing that we learn is that Strategic Environmental Management Accounting, which is SEMA, is an emerging discipline that combines traditional management accounting techniques with environmental considerations to promote sustainable business practices. So, as an organization, they face increasing pressure to address environmental challenges, and SEMA offers a comprehensive framework to measure, manage, and report on environmental costs and their impacts. And this discussion delves into the significance of SEMA and highlights its potential benefits for business in pursuing a sustainable business. So, from this assignment that we did, we learned that there are several benefits to the implementation of strategic environmental management accounting. So, one of them being is that it can potentially decrease the organization's environmental expenses. EMA could also lead to an improvement in managerial decision making, and they can also enhance the economic performance. However, there are also various challenges in implementing SEMA. From this study, that we found that the lack of environmental information, failure to prioritize strategic issues, and also poor communication links between accounting and other departments are among the difficulties faced by the firms. These results should be taken into account when considering the preventive measures to be implemented in order to enhance the development of SEMA. So it is notable that the SEMA has been adapted into several countries other than Malaysia, such as Japan, Bangladesh, Lithuania, and also Korea that we discussed earlier. So where the implementation varies by country, but the importance of SEMA has been recognized and revolutionized all over the world. However, we found that the implementation level of EMA is not satisfied, but their results produce a positive correlation between EMA and the environmental performance. And from this, we can conclude that the implementation of EMA eventually increases the environmental performance slowly but surely.
In conclusion, strategic environmental management accounting, which is known as SEMA, plays a vital role in many aspects in an organization since 1970s and still in use in many countries. The study has discussed the benefit of SEMA, which include decreases environmental expenses, improve managerial decision making, and enhances economic performance. The study also has identified and analyzed several driving forces for implementation of SEMA, such as environmental uncertainty, financial performance, and pressure from regulations. As every coin has two sides, there are challenges in implementing SEMA. SEMA system helps to measure environmental problem impact of each processes and reduces the impact of environment. As a result, the objectives of this research have been achieved by exploring through various resources.